Namaste dear children, how are you all? I am Rekha. Welcome to my channel Rekha's Knowledge Hub. Today we will see NCERT Class 7 Social Science Chapter 1 Geographical Diversity of India Part 1. To us, by its very geography, the country India appears to be quite distinct from other countries, and that itself gives it a certain national character. Sri Aurobindo. This is a quote by Sri Aurobindo. This is about India's unique national character due to its geography. India's geography is diverse. We have Himalayan Mountains, Thar Desert, Deccan Plateau, coastal plains, we have islands, etc. So we have a diverse geography. So India is quite different from other countries due to this geography. This distinct geography contributes to India's unique national character. The national character can be understood as the shared sense of identity, culture, and the spirit that binds the people of India together. Look at this picture. This is Jog Falls in Karnataka. Look at the plateau and the waterfalls. What is a plateau? Plateau is a large area of land that is much higher than the surrounding land, but it has a flat top like a tabletop, that is plateau. A large area of land much higher than the surrounding land, but it has a flat top, that is plateau. The power of the waterfall is converted into electricity through special turbines. So, the power of this waterfall is converted into electricity through special turbines. That is hydroelectricity. Hydro means water. Hydroelectricity means producing electricity using the power of moving water. That is hydroelectricity. The big questions. What are some key geographical features of India? How does India's geographical diversity affect our lives? We will find solutions to these questions in this chapter. In 1984, Rakesh Sharma, the first Indian astronaut to go into space, spoke with the then Prime Minister of India, Indira Gandhi. Who was the first Indian astronaut to go into space? Rakesh Sharma. In which year? 1984. At that time, Indira Gandhi was the Prime Minister of India. When Rakesh Sharma spoke with the Prime Minister of India, Indira Gandhi, she asked him, how does India look from space? Indira Gandhi asked him what India looked like from so far away. He replied, Sare jahan se acha, better than the whole world. What Rakesh Sharma said? He said it looked better than the whole world. It is like saying India is the best place ever, even when you see the whole earth. This is the title of a well-known poem of the early 20th century. As you go through this chapter, remember to refer periodically to the physical map. So, you have to refer physical map. India is the 7th largest country in the world and a part of Asia. So, India is situated in which continent? India is situated in Asia and it is the 7th largest country in the world. Along with its neighbors, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, Sri Lanka and Myanmar, it forms a region known as the Indian subcontinent. Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, Sri Lanka and Myanmar are the neighboring countries of India. Collectively, India and these neighboring countries constitute a significant geographical unit known as the Indian subcontinent. subcontinent since it is a part of the continent of Asia. It is called subcontinent. Why? Because it is a part of continent Asia. Often, for the purpose of discussion, we refer to 5 regions: the Great Mountain Zone, the plains of the Ganga and the Indus, the desert region, the southern peninsula and the islands. So, for the sake of clearer understanding and discussion, India's landscape is often divided into 5 regions. Which are the 5 regions? The Great Mountain Zone, the plains of the Ganga and the Indus, the desert region, the southern peninsula and the islands. The Great Mountain Zone primarily refers to Himalayan ranges in the north. The plains of the Ganga and the Indus are the vast fertile plains formed by the river systems of the Ganga and the Indus, supporting agricultural activities. Desert region located mainly in the western part of India. Then the southern peninsula. This is the ancient plateau region of India. Then islands include the Lakshadweep Islands in the Arabian Sea and the Andaman and Nicobar Islands in the Bay of Bengal. In this chapter, we will fly over these zones, providing you with a bird's eye view of these features and offering glimpses of what things look like in close-up at some of these places. In this chapter, we will study about these places. It would be difficult to go into all the details at this stage since, as you will soon see, India is large and diverse. Due to India's large size and diversity, it would be difficult to go into all the details at this stage. The Himalayan mountain range stands as a natural barrier in the north, while the Thar Desert and the Arabian Sea mark its western limits. The Himalayan mountain range stands as a natural barrier in the north, that is, a giant wall of mountains in the north of India, while the Thar Desert and the Arabian Sea mark its western limits. On the west side, there is a very sandy desert called the Thar Desert and a big sea, the Arabian Sea. To the south, the Indian Ocean, and to the east, the Bay of Bengal form a natural boundary. In the south, we have a huge ocean, the Indian Ocean, and on the east side, there is another big sea, the Bay of Bengal. They all form a natural boundary. These geographical features create a separation between India and the rest of the continent and have played a crucial role in shaping India's climate, culture, and history. These natural things, the mountains and the seas and the desert, they act like walls and borders around India. They create a separation between India and the rest of the continent. Because of these natural borders, India has its own special kind of climate, its own ways of living, that is culture, and its own history. Let us now journey together from the Himalayas to the islands in the Indian Ocean and onward to the east of India. So we will start at the snowy mountains called the Himalayas. Then we will travel south to the beautiful islands in the big Indian Ocean. After that, we will go even further east in India. The diverse colors on the map already give us a sense of the geographical diversity. Familiarize yourself with the legend on the map. The different colors indicates the altitudes. The Himalayas. Look at the length of the Himalayan range on the map. It is like a massive wall From the legend, can you guess the altitude at different points of the Himalayas? So look closely at the long line of the Himalayan mountains on our map. See how long it stretches. It is like a giant, super long wall standing tall in the north of India. See this picture? These are satellite images of the Himalayan range. Notice that the length of the range is about 2500 kilometer. The length of the range is about 2500 kilometer. The Himalayas seem to touch the sky. In fact, many of its peaks are over 8000 meters in height and are together called the 8000ers. Many of the very highest points called peaks are even taller than 8000 meters. So, they are together called 8000ers. This mountain range stretches across 6 countries in Asia: India, Nepal, Bhutan, China, Pakistan, and Afghanistan. This huge chain of mountains does not just stay in India. It goes through 6 different countries in Asia. These countries are India, Nepal, Bhutan, China, Pakistan, and Afghanistan. Can you name the highest mountain in the world? The highest mountain in the world is Mount Everest. In the summer, the snow on the mountains melts and feeds major rivers such as the Ganga, Indus, and Brahmaputra. When it gets warm in the summer, all the snow on the tall Himalayan mountains starts to melt. This melting snow turns into water and flows down to big rivers like the Ganga, the Indus, and the Brahmaputra. These rivers and their tributaries provide water for drinking, farming, and industrial use, connecting with the lives of hundreds of millions of people. These rivers are very important because they give water for us to drink, for farmers to grow food in their fields, and for factories to make things. These rivers touch the lives of hundreds of millions of people. Hence, the Himalayas are sometimes called the water tower of Asia. So, Himalayas are sometimes called the water tower of Asia, like a giant tank of water for the whole area. The Himalayas are also important to many cultures and belief systems. Himalayas are also special for many people's beliefs and cultures. The mountains themselves are considered sacred, and temples and monasteries have been built within them, attracting monks and spiritual seekers from around the world who come to pray and meditate. Some people think the mountains themselves as holy places. That's why we can find temples and special houses for monks called monasteries built high up in the mountains. People who want to pray and meditate come from all over the world to these peaceful places in the Himalayas. The Bhagirathi River, a major tributary of the Ganga, originates from Gomukh, cow's mouth in Uttarakhand. Bhagirathi River is a major tributary of the Ganga. It starts at a place high up in the mountains of Uttarakhand, and the starting point is called the Gomukh. Gomukh means cow's mouth. It is the edge of the Gangotri glacier. Gomukh is actually the end of a huge sheet of ice called the Gangotri glacier. This glacier is one of the largest in the Indian Himalayas. This glacier is one of the biggest glaciers in the Indian Himalayas. It is considered sacred and attracts many pilgrims. Many people consider this place as a sacred place. Also, this place attracts many pilgrims. Gomukh is also a popular trekking destination. Gomukh is also a fun place to walk and explore called trekking. Next time you see the Ganga, remember its journey began there. So next time when you see the Ganga river flowing, remember that its long journey began in the mountains at a place called Gomukh from a giant glacier. How the Himalayas were formed, an interesting story. A long time ago, India was part of a much bigger landmass called Gondwana, where its neighbor was Africa. Long time ago, India was part of a much bigger landmass called Gondwana, and its neighbor was Africa. At some point, it broke away and slowly started moving north. Then something amazing happened. India broke away from Gondwana and very slowly started moving north like a big boat sailing across the land. About 50 million years ago, it reached the landmass of Eurasia and collided with it. So, after a long trip, about 50 million years ago, India bumped into another big piece of land called Eurasia. As India pushed against Eurasia, the land between them crumbled and rose up, just like how a carpet wrinkles when you push it. That's how the mighty Himalayan mountains were formed. So when India pushed against Eurasia, the land in between them got squeezed and folded, just like how a carpet wrinkles when you push it. That's how the mighty Himalayan mountains were formed. Crumbled means crushed or squeezed together. Amazingly, India is still pushing into Asia today very slowly, about 5 centimeters each year, which is much slower than the rate at which your hair grows. Even now, India is still pushing into Asia like a very gentle push. It only moves about 5 centimeters every year. That is even slower than your hair growing. This means the Himalayas are still growing taller, just a tiny bit each year, about 5 millimeters. But over a millennium, that adds up to 5 meters. Because India is still pushing, the huge Himalayan mountains are still getting a little bit taller each year. It's a tiny bit, about 5 millimeters, which is really small. But if you wait for 1,000 years, all those tiny bits of growth add up and the Himalayas will become about 5 meters taller. So, these giant mountains are still growing just very slowly. The word Himalaya is a combination of two Sanskrit words, Hima meaning snow, Alaya means abode or dwelling, thus abode of snow. The word Himalaya is a combination of two Sanskrit words. The first word is Hima, it means snow. The second word is Alaya, it means home or place where someone lives. So, Himalaya literally means the home of snow or abode of snow. The Himalayas are broadly categorized into three main ranges, Himadri, Himachal and the Shivalik Hills. First one is the Himadri. The greater Himalayas are the highest and most rugged part of the range, home to towering peaks like Mount Everest and Kanchenjunga. The very top part of the Himalayan mountains is called the Himadri or the Greater Himalayas. This is the highest and roughest part of the whole mountain range. And this is the home to mountains like Mount Everest and Kanchenjunga. This region remains snow-covered throughout the year. Life here is tough and there are not many human settlements. It is so cold up in the Himadri that it is covered in snow all the time, even in the summer. Because it's so cold and rocky, it's a hard place for people to live. So, there are not many towns or villages up there. It is mostly just giant snowy mountains reaching up to the sky. Next is the Himachal, the lower Himalayas, lie south of the greater Himalayas and have a more moderate climate, allowing rich biodiversity and human habitation. So next is Himachal or lower Himalayas. Himachal lie south of the greater Himalayas. How is the climate here? Here it is moderate. The climate is moderate, allowing rich biodiversity and human habitation. This nicer weather helps lots of different animals and plants live here, and it's also easier for people to build homes and live. Popular hill stations such as Nainital, Uttarakhand, Darjeeling, West Bengal, Shimla, Himachal Pradesh, and Mussoorie, Uttarakhand are located in this region. So these are the hill stations located in this region. People like to visit these places because they have beautiful views and pleasant weather. The next one, Shivalik Hills, the outer Himalayas, form the outermost and lowest range consisting of rolling hills and dense forest. The Shivalik Hills, also called the outer Himalayas, form the outermost and lowest range. They are not as high and pointy, but more like gentle rolling hills covered in thick forest. These foothills are rich in wildlife, serving as a transition zone between the Himalayas and the Gangetic Plains, also called the Northern Plains. These forests are full of animals, and also the Shivalik Hills are a transition zone between the Himalayas and the Northern Plains. Can you locate the names of the states in different parts of the Himalayas? Take the help of both the physical and political maps for this exercise. See, the states or union territories that have a major portion of the greater Himalayas include Ladakh, Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Sikkim, and Arunachal Pradesh. Then the states or union territories that feature the lower Himalayas or Himachal are Jammu and Kashmir, then Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, West Bengal, Sikkim, and Arunachal Pradesh. Then the states or union territories that include the Shivalik Hills are Jammu and Kashmir, Punjab, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, etc. The traditional house construction method in the western Himalayan region is known as Khatkuni or the Devari style of houses. In the western part of the tall Himalayan mountains, people have a special way of building their houses. It is called Khatkuni or Dajji Devari style. A combination of locally available stone and wood is used, which not only keeps the house warm but also resists damage in the event of mild earthquakes. To build these houses, they use locally available stones and wood. This helps to keep the house warm inside even when it is cold outside in the mountains. It also helps the house not get too damaged if there is a small earthquake. The Great Himalayan National Park in Himachal Pradesh has a wide diversity of flora and fauna. In Himachal Pradesh, we have the Great Himalayan National Park. It has a wide diversity of flora and fauna. This park is full of all sorts of different plants, flora and animals, fauna. Lots and lots of different kinds of plants and animals. The park has been declared a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. So this park has been declared as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. The biodiversity of the park is being preserved by the government as well as the village communities that live inside the park. The government and even the people who live in the villages inside the park are working together to take care of all the different plants and animals there. So you can see some pictures of the Great Himalayan National Park Conservation Area. Then you can see Himalayan monal, this is a male bird. Then a monastery in Ladakh. This third one is a monastery in Ladakh. This is a picture of the Beas River in Himachal Pradesh. Then you can see snow leopard. The sixth one is a display of the produce in a local market in the Himalayas. You can buy these items in the local market. The next one is rhododendron. It's a type of plant. This rhododendron, a type of sherbet is made out of this flower. Children, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. The videos of other subjects will be uploaded soon. Please go through it. Thanks for watching.